wanted to take a quick second to make a huge announcement. My very own self-published adult coloring book is now available for purchase on Amazon.com. And welcome back to another episode of the Organic Mindset Podcast. This is episode 21, so you know that means it's week 21. And if you tuned in last week, man, it had a lot of insightful information about, pretty much mental awareness and stuff like that. More so kind of from a male perspective. I feel like, that was important. And I mean, if you didn't tune in, you definitely want to go check that out. So I'm going to link that real quick. But yeah, man, when I'm on here by myself, you already know I'm going to keep it short and sweet. And if you're looking around, you kind of looking at my background, I'm in a different place, different space, all that, So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get right into it. And I feel like, just more so kind of this week, before I get right into it, I kind of just had a couple things on my mental that I really wanted to talk about. And like I always say, when I'm on here on the podcast, like by myself, I feel like I really had the opportunity to kind of just learn more throughout the week. Because, like I say, majority of the time, I already know, whether I'm going to have a guest on here or whether I'm going to be by myself. So it kind of gives me time, during the week to just kind of like do additional research and pretty much just bring the information to y'all. So I'm sharing the information with y'all. So, yeah, man, the first thing I kind of wanted to talk about was the importance of chill days because, even just kind of like looking at my schedule, I'm very transparent, on the show. So I always kind of talk about just different things I do as far as, calendar, planning stuff out, going to the gym, just other endeavors and stuff that I have going on. And I feel like a lot of times, like I say, myself included, but others as well, it's kind of like one of those things where we find it hard to find that balance and find it hard to know when it's time to, actually have chill days. And I feel like eventually your body will tell you, that you need to pretty much chill out. Like I understand, a lot of times we kind of like look at different individuals and we like, okay, well, if they could do it, then I could do it. And I mean, I feel like overall that's a good approach to have and a good mentality to have because, if you have goals and stuff, of course, you want to obtain them. But at times, as far as, like studying or something like that, in all essence, you really not getting, you really not getting the information if you're not really, giving your brain a break to really process everything you have. So I feel like, in retrospect, pretty much, life is the same way. You kind of, want to sit there and obtain your goals and stuff like that. You write everything out, you detail it, and you pretty, dedicated towards it. But in all, essence, it's like if you don't dedicate some time to yourself, like I say, and I'm not saying that to, go get lazy or nothing like that or get off your job and be like, well, I'm going to just watch Netflix for the rest of the night. I feel like, just like with eating or anything else, and I got, a lot of examples, but just kind of like doing everything in moderation because, I catch myself sometimes, watching different shows and stuff like that, just doing different things that probably, isn't the most productive, but I feel like, as long as you stay consistent and kind of like get back on, it's no, it's really, like no bad thing about that. And like I said, I could really, go on and on about it in every aspect, but it's just about kind of, like I said, having that balance, but also realizing what's what, because I feel like, it's everybody, has different things or different, like things that they want to achieve. But I feel like at the end of the day, success is one of those big things. Like it's pretty much, regardless if you want money, you want fame, I feel like, at the end of the day, you could pretty much all bunch that up into being successful. And I feel like in order to be successful, you have to take from others, but also, give in, like I say, in moderation. So yeah, the next thing I kind of wanted to talk about is in the midst, and I guess, these two things tie together, but just kind of like finding things that you enjoy to do, because I feel like if you could find something that you enjoy to do and it's like, like making you money or something like that, then of course, they always say like if you're doing certain jobs and stuff like that, it don't even feel like a job. It's kind of, that same thing. And I feel like a lot of times like we kind of, lose sight of that because it's like, okay, we probably think to ourselves like, dang, I had this 9 to 5 or something like that. How can I find something I enjoy doing? I'm pretty much, like trumped with this. But in our reality, is like once you actually like that, because I know a lot of people, that have things that they do on the side. And I mean a lot of people that, like a lot of people that have things that they do on the side besides their regular job. And they probably, pick that over their job. So it's important to, like dedicate time into that in the midst of dedicating that time, to yourself. And yeah, like I feel like, just like with that, especially if it's something that, like making you money or something like that, you definitely want to, treat it just like you would treat that 9 to 5. Like you pretty much, still want to kind of come in there, give it your all. And I feel like a lot of times, with certain things like that, we could tend to be lax. Like even with the podcast and stuff like that, that's something I enjoy doing for multiple reasons. And I don't think I ever shared this, but just as far as like I said, for one, I did share this. But coming in, and being able to do that research, and it's like I say, it's building me up in a sense, because it's like, okay, I'm coming, I'm getting this knowledge every week, and I'm doing, research on different things or whatever, just various things. Like it's not even one thing, it's just multiple things. And then I'm able to, sit here and just kind of come in, talk or whatever, truly express myself and bring that knowledge forward. I mean, if you choose to, take it, or you choose to do your research based on what I said, then that's on you. But overall, I feel like for me, it was, it's just kind of like one of those opportunities. And as far as, the book, it's kind of the same thing. Is, just pretty much just opportunity, pretty much just sit there and kind of like express myself and create my own content. So, that's just kind of like one of those things. And I feel like it's so important to find something like that. You don't necessarily have to have a book or a podcast or anything like that. But a lot of times, I just talk to people and they like, well, dang, I want to start doing this, or I wish I could do this. In reality, to me, I'm always just like, why don't you start today? Just as simple as that, because I feel like nothing is really out of your reach. Like if you sit there and, just really kind of put your head down and lock in and do your research, you could, pretty much obtain it. And a lot of times, like I said, we also get caught in that wave where we like, okay, why do I have to dedicate XYZ amount of time, or how much time do I have to dedicate in order to become, proficient at blah, blah, blah. And it's almost kind of like being caught up in that trend where other people share their stories. I always enjoy, like hearing people's success stories and stuff like that. But I never let that dictate my story. I mean, sometimes, like I say, people do give you, a good platform as far as stating, okay, in order to obtain, this is how I obtain this. And when it comes to that, I take what I can, but I also remember that everybody's, situation is different, because we could have had one small thing that was different, and that could have been, the big difference between you and me. So, like I said, that's just something to pretty much, be mindful of when it comes to just kind of like dedicating that time and just thinking about where you want to be, as well as, how much time you have to put in. Because really, I mean, we all know this, but nothing, comes overnight. So in order, like I say, just put your head down for however long, if you're really serious about what you want to do, and just pretty much, find a way to knock it out. Because, I mean, at this point, it's like everything is, right there at our fingertips as far as, social media, YouTube. Like, at first, I used to really kind of, even like, like months ago, it's kind of crazy. I would kind of see myself, utilizing YouTube probably more than, a lot of other apps on my phone as far as, social media wise. But it's like once I kind of, got on that overall cleanse of kind of cleansing more so, I guess, my Instagram. I'll be, real specific as far as my Instagram, and just kind of like different things I look at on YouTube. It's kind of like I'm starting to think different, see different, and just kind of like spread different tips based on, different people and stuff like that. And if I feel like, they'll really be intrigued to it. So when it comes to that, like I say, everything literally is at our fingertips. Like if we want to, find a tutorial on how to do something, whether it be, for a monetary purpose or just for, recreational purposes, it's like literally everything is right there. Like I catch myself now at least watching I'll probably say 3 to 4, YouTube videos a day, and more so kind of like on, different tutorials as far as investments, just simply how to do, different things on the computer, different programs and stuff like that, just so I could kind of get to the point of where I want to be. And that's also another thing, when you look at the point of where you want to be, it's like, it's just that, like the point of where you want to be, not where, the person you telling where you want to be wants to be, is just pretty much, based all around you. So when it comes to that, like I said, you really have to realize, is there something I want, or is it, based off of those that are around me, or, because it sounds good when I'm telling somebody that. And I feel like, once you realize that, it's like really, like nothing really matters, because it's like, okay, I know what I want. I'm honed in. I'm locked in. I'm going to do whatever I need to do to get to that point, regardless of, who's watching, who I have to tell, whatever. So, yeah. And I guess, this is the next topic. So this also kind of like tying to that, because I always preach schedule. Write down what you want to do. So I feel like, once again, it's so beneficial to kind of, have a daily schedule, and based off how busy you are, everybody's schedule would be different. But I feel like what's worked best for me is kind of just having, different time slots, and literally like breaking my stuff down to a T, where I'm like, okay, I'm dedicating such and such, time to this, as far as, like I say, breaking my stuff into increments. And I talked about that before, like more so kind of like slightly in depth, but I've, always find different little things to tweak. So I guess in addition to like what I always say about, the increments and stuff like that, is like now I more so kind of base it off, not even really importance. I used to kind of try to base it off importance. Like, okay, I know I have to do this, so let me put this at the top of my list. Then I know I have to do this. I kind of had shifted away from that, because I feel like at a point I was more so kind of like getting real drained. And it was just kind of because I was just really kind of feeling overwhelmed. Now it's like, if I put this stuff in an order where I feel more comfortable doing it, and I'm not saying that to stay in your comfort zone or anything like that, but now it's like, okay, I know I'm on the computer for work. If that same day I have to do something else on my personal computer when I get off, I might, instead of reading that book that I usually read at nighttime before I go to bed, I'll read that book right then and there. So I'm like, okay, it gave me, a little break from the computer. So I was like, I'm going to get it back on the computer, in an hour or two. And to me, like I say, it kind of helps, because it's like, usually when I get off, I'm already feeling tired. So it's like, I'm not really going to want to open up a computer. If I do open up my personal computer, I'm not really feeling productive, because I pretty much been on the computer all day. So it's like, okay, if I open up that book, it's like give me a break. So with that break, like I said, I go get on the computer, do whatever else I need to do. And it's just kind of like I say, finding your balance. And that was the importance of me pretty much just saying everything else, is really depending on you, not on anyone else. Because I know some people that could sit there and sit at the computer all day and literally be fine with it. I know some people that, can't sit at the computer at all. So I feel like, just finding your balance in life kind of help you, just pretty much reach the destination you want to. And also, just kind of get you on a straight and narrow path. And from there, it's pretty much just about being consistent. And I mean, with consistency, like I said, I know sometimes it can get hard. But like we talked about on the last episode, it's so important to just realize that you honestly may be closer than you really think. So, with that in mind, it's like, why would I stop if literally, success is right there, or me getting to the, next level is right there. So like I said, that's, one of the big things to be mindful of. And also, with your goals, whenever you set them, you really want to be firm with your goals, because, and like people say, nobody gonna love you like you love yourself. It's almost like with setting your goals, nobody gonna hold you to that like you hold yourself, because eventually people gonna, get tired of telling you, like, for one, you shouldn't have that anyway. Like, just people having to constantly tell you to do something that you want to do, hence the word you want to do. So it's like, pretty much just hold yourself accountable. And like I say, set strict deadlines. I feel like that's something that kind of works good for me, because I had, read something before, and it was like, if I give myself an hour to clean my room, it's going to take me an hour. if I give myself 10 minutes, I possibly might not, achieve it, but I'm going to be way closer than I was, compared to me giving myself that full hour. Because it's like I say, it kind of gives you time to, just BS and kind of like not really be serious about it. And like I said, I feel like that kind of goes for anything in life, just pretty much just setting them strict deadlines and like I say, holding yourself accountable to it. And when you reach that goal, build off of it, because there's always, different ways to elevate. And it's like, you just don't want to kind of be complacent in life and stuff like that. So, that's just a couple of things I just thought about. And also, I guess in addition to that, and this kind of tied to it, I mean, if you don't get it, so I'm going to be direct as possible. Practice independence. So, like I said, with the goals, hold yourself accountable. That's, to me, that's like one of the high levels of, like being independent. And I mean, it's in all aspects too, not just, from a physical aspect, but also from a mental aspect. Become so independent where you don't have to, rely on such and such telling you, okay, you're doing a good job. Or even, having to always refer to somebody like, okay, well, what you think about this situation? Sometimes, like I say, it's important to, follow your gut, follow your heart. And I'm, real big on just having, like, like really, like, calculated risk. Because it's like, if I sit there and do my due diligence and I'm like, okay, I've already, researched this situation. I'm swaying towards this answer because of XYZ. I kind of came to this conclusion because of this. It's like, why would I, question myself? I feel like overall it's like natural human nature for us to do it at times. But me personally, like I said multiple times today, I feel more comfortable when I'm in a situation and I've already done my due diligence compared to just going in it, or even just, asking somebody. I mean, granted, a lot of situations are opinionated, but I guess that's, like one of the joys in life is kind of like, just like literally we could do the exact same thing, but just because that was your outcome don't mean it's going to be my outcome. So, these just really, just different things I had thought about this week, like, because I feel like, a lot of times, like I say, we really, trap ourselves, like, and some people realize that, earlier than others, like, dang, I kind of need to get out of this situation. And I mean, I'm just digging myself deep in a hole. And honestly, with complaining and stuff like that, it kind of ties into it too. But when I hear like a lot of complaints, I really just think about it like, dang, to me, I don't want to sound insensitive, but I'm like, and I, like I say, I mean, if I mess with you, I'm going to just go ahead and tell you, but I'll be like, that's self-inflicted. So you don't never want to, call self-infliction where it's something that you really can, take action of, and you can pretty much fix it. And a lot of times it's always easier to think like, it's always worse that could happen, So whenever you think you at the bottom, it's just like, okay, I'm finna, grow from this, learn from this, and I'm gonna just elevate. Simple as that. Like, I don't know, man. I just really, just be thinking about all this stuff. I be like, dang, like, so much stuff is in our head, but we allow it to become a real thing. And I feel like just even, like the mind is so powerful. It's just kind of like, even when you feel less motivated or you don't feel like doing something at all, especially if it's like a next day thing. And this is something I really kind of been seeing in my, I guess my little thing would be kind of like going to the gym. So I do, I am consistent with it, but going earlier, like as far as, like waking up 5:30 in the morning, it'll be kind of days where I like go to sleep, that same morning or something like that. Probably like this morning, I'm up, go to sleep probably like 1, 2, get up in a couple hours. Not saying it's good for you, but realistic. Waking up in a couple hours. If I go to sleep thinking like, okay, I know I'm only get a couple hours of sleep, but I'm finna go ahead, get up because I know it's gonna set the tone for my day. I'm more likely to get up compared to me already pretty much, just killing it. Like, man, I'm finna get a couple hours of sleep. I'm not finna, I'm really not finna wake up, at such and such time. I'm finna get in them extra hours of sleep. And then, like I said, the way my body work is, if I don't get up because like I say, this morning I've been up since 5:30, but I'm gonna do the same thing tomorrow. But the way my body work is like, if I don't get up in the morning time and like go get that workout in, I just be feeling so drained, and I really be having to start myself up in the morning like at a later time. Of course, like granted, I was able to get more hours of sleep, but I felt more better with less hours of sleep while I was in the gym compared to just waking up late. So like on this journey, you know what I'm saying, it's like so important to just really like kind of find yourself and like find out what worked for you. And I guess this kind of like completely switching topics, but something I had said I wanted to do each week in addition to kind of like the NFTs. I mean, I know I ain't do the NFTs last week, just kind of telling my like speaking on 3 NFTs that I had kind of researched. But something I had said I wanted to do was just kind of go like on whether it be Instagram or something like Instagram or either YouTube, because there's so much knowledge out there. So I mean, based off me saying it's a lot of knowledge out there, you can kind of just assume what type of people I'm talking about when I say this. But I said I wanted to just kind of like pick 3 people each month or so and kind of just just study like what they do based off what they what they post. And I feel like it could be effective, especially if it's one of those pages or one of those even on YouTube, it's one of those pages that really drop a lot of knowledge and stuff like that, because I can recall off the top of my head just a couple pages that I go to like on a daily, and I'm like, dang, you don't really they might do like, I ain't gonna say flex or nothing like that, because I mean, if you can afford it, and it's not really flexing, that's you. But it's a couple of people, like they kind of get on there, show what they got, stuff like that. And a lot of times that's what influences people to like really kind of tune in. But I try to, like always look deeper and really just kind of like see what the true message is, and what they really like, what information they really dropping. And a lot of times them, like I say, them be the people. So I ain't talking about, like a rapper or something like that where, they had a certain image. I'm talking about more so kind of like on a knowledge base where, like they dropping knowledge or whatever. I'm talking about like constant, not just a post that's like, dang, that caption was hard. I'm talking about, like literally dropping knowledge as far as, okay, I got this business, or I do, XYZ. This is how I did it. I'm, steady dropping stuff. And like I say, I kind of find these pages, of course, on Instagram, like by scrolling, just having like more so kind of like a clean feed. And I talked about that as well. Like, I feel like it's important to kind of like, clean your feed. Like, granted, us as humans, I feel like a lot of times we kind of like train to see some of the, like, really to be addicted to seeing certain things. Like, it's fine. We could always say, yeah, we're going to clean our page. We're going to take a cleanse from Instagram or whatever it is. But a lot of times I feel like it's just simple. Like, we really like to see certain things, and it's different, it's different, I guess, depending on who you are. Some people, like I say, you would think that they would be addicted to social media. They just so happen to, get a lot of likes, got a lot of followers and stuff like that. But like, I feel like, once you really kind of have that clean feed, it really kind of just changes the way that you just even look at stuff. Like, you literally have to go look for, stuff that's, I guess you would say, not clean. And I mean, you could take that how you want to, like, and just use your own imagination. Not saying that it has to be, like females, wilding out or dudes wilding out. But it's just, like I say, even just, if it's not just, like something evolving around like knowledge. And that was, I guess, like I say, my biggest thing. Like, literally, whenever I get on a podcast page, like, it's a couple of things that I see, like literally a couple, like I could count, on a hand or two. But for the most part, it's like just straight knowledge and stuff like that, just because I chose to go follow those pages. Not in, hopes of them following me back or nothing, because like I said, honestly, I don't care about that. But just so I could kind of like, go, okay, let me go say this post. I'm going to go back and look at that, I might be able to implement that. And I feel like pretty much, even just to get to the point that I'm at today, I feel like a lot of those things kind of came into factor. And I kind of just, pull from each individual, especially if I feel like their information is kind of high quality and they showing, the work and numbers and stuff like that. And I feel like, overall, it's kind of helped me, get to a point where I'm more transparent. And like I said, I try to be, as transparent as possible on the podcast. It's like when I'm on here by myself, but especially, when it's a guest or something like that, because I always tell them like, it's no question that's off limit, like, and I feel like majority of my guests that I had on here, they pretty much, the same way. Like, it's nothing that, nothing is off, because I feel like one topic can always lead to another topic, and you kind of just never know. So it's not like you could really just have like a set script in place before you come on, like, okay, we're going to talk about this, we're going to talk about this. Because I might ask a question, you might give me an answer, and I'm like, okay, like, what is, like, where this come from? Like, how did you get to that point? And that conversation might lead to a completely different thing that we didn't even think we were going to talk about. So, yeah, like I said, that's going to be one of my things. So I'm going to start sharing that information. I feel like, it could really benefit somebody. And it's going to be just on various topics. It's not on really, one specific topic. It's not going to be like, how this, not just going to be simply on geared towards, I guess, one thing or one, like way people earn money. It's going to be just kind of just any knowledge, I guess. So like I say, it might be how somebody started a tour business, a unique story about that. How somebody, started Airbnb. And like I say, I use those two examples just because based off of, like I say, my research and stuff I find now, it's just like I hardly ever hear two of those stories that, start the same. Everybody kind of has their own journey because we are just in different places in our life. So yeah, I must definitely, start doing that. So yeah, of course, like I say, I pretty much had just mentioned the NFTs and stuff like that. So this week I only end up having 2 NFTs, and I kind of been eyeballing these for a little minute, and just kind of communicating with different people and just kind of like seeing their views on it. And I kind of also, like I tell y'all on the other podcast, on the other episode, just kind of like monitoring their social media, which is mainly just artwork and stuff like that on the social media, but mainly just in those Discords, and just kind of seeing, what those chats are talking about, just making sure they talking about what, not really the hype of the project or how excited they are about the project, but more so kind of like what the project has to offer and stuff like that. So the first one I kind of been looking at, which has a lot of hype behind it. Really, both of these have a lot of hype behind them. So I feel like, overall they'll do pretty well. But, this is not financial advice. But these just my opinions. But so the first one was the Invisible Friends, and it dropped February 23rd. And they actually had dropped the price for it. So the price for it is 0.25 ETH. So that's almost around like $800. Where it was when I looked around, And of course Ethereum, changes. So it might be lower, it might be higher. But the way Ethereum has been, I guess you'll say like these last 2 weeks, is probably going to be somewhere close to that. It's probably not going to fluctuate too much. But yeah, overall, like I said, I feel like, it's a dope project. And I feel like the thing that kind of like builds the hype around it is more so, for one, like I say, the kind of innovative artwork. And I knew a lot of people were back behind it, before it even had like a roadmap, Discord, anything. People just kind of liked the art. And it was, like I say, getting, a lot of eyes from, like a lot of different celebrities and stuff like that. So even though it's not extremely high, I feel like it's going to kind of be one of those things that sell out like real fast. And it's going to be like a big money maker. The next thing was Mutant Sheba Club. So as of right now, it's supposed to drop in March. They didn't really say a specific date nor a price. But I feel like if I had to take a guess, I'd probably say it's going to be somewhere within that range. Maybe, $200 shy of $800. But like I said, I'm not 100% sure. But like I said, they also kind of got some dope work. Kind of been doing the same thing, had the artwork before they even had a roadmap, before they had a Discord. So it was kind of like, people just really fell in love with the artwork. And I guess that was kind of the reason I didn't really even do in-depth research on the third one, because I kind of wanted to share, just one of those quick things that I had picked up while I was, I guess, looking for a third one. So on OpenSea, which is the secondary market, like I always say, I kind of had found just different arts, like literally with no Discord or no roadmap to kind of be popping, like one I had seen today, it really just kind of stood out to me. And I want to say like the minimum was like 100,000. Like that's pretty much, I forgot how much ETH that is exactly, but it was going for like a minimum of 100,000. So I was just kind of like really amazed to see that. I'm like, dang, like I knew art could sell for a lot, but like I say, I feel like in order for me to kind of like safeguard some stuff, I'd rather have a roadmap just so I could think about, like the longevity. Because when you buy certain art, it's not, you pretty much literally just going off the art in hopes of it, pretty much growing. And it's different things you could look at, like I say, and I didn't really talk about this, but with most arts, like just regular arts, usually it's a lot of additions. So that means that me and 50 other people, and not to say that's a lot, but me and 50 other people could, have that one picture. And of course, compared to, just different NFT projects with actual, I guess you'll say like roadmap, those are more common for being, is like one of one. Like they might have 7,000 of these, but it's only one of each one. So like I said, that's something to kind of be mindful of. Like I said, I didn't really want to talk about that too much, but since I talked about it on the last episode, well, not the last episode, but the last episode that I talked about NFTs on, I did actually cop a couple of other NFTs. So I actually had bought some crypto ducks, and I had mentioned that before on the episode, but I had bought 2 crypto ducks, and I was kind of excited about that because they were fairly cheap. So right now they on OpenSea for, can't really remember the exact price, but I know it's above the floor price, so that's definitely a good thing. And then in addition to that, I know you're able to breed them, so it's kind of like pretty much getting a free NFT in a sense. Not really, but the way I looked at it, I'm like, okay, if I can get 3 of these, I could pretty much, split up the price I actually paid for them and just kind of like make it into something smaller. So that was, a positive about that. And I'm also still kind of holding on to my Trillionaire Thug. So a lot of people didn't even really know I had them. And it was like multiple people I was talking with. And I just, like I said, I kind of had bought that one really just kind of off the strength because I feel like it was going to do good. And when it had first dropped, I had the opportunity to sell it because it was, it was close to 5 figures. But I ended up choosing to, hold it just because, like I said, I kind of wanted to see how it played out. And I didn't want to be, more so kind of like on a paper hand side. And it's not really just because, somebody call you a paper hand, but it's just like, if you really believe in the process and believe in, like the roadmap and what it has to offer, why would you get rid of it early on before you even get to see, some of those benefits? So that was kind of the mindset I was in. And also, for tax purposes and stuff like that, because, if you file your taxes and you have anything as far as crypto, NFTs and stuff like that, and you sell it, before a year, then you're looking at a high tax rate. So that's, also something to be mindful of. And that's not just for NFTs. Like I said, that's for crypto, stocks and stuff like that. And that was kind of one of the things I had went through last year because I was kind of doing like a lot of flips. And I mean, everything, like it kind of panned out or whatever, and a lot of them kind of qualified as losses overall. But from what I was seeing, it was looking like gains because, like I say, when you holding something, especially, on Robinhood or something like that, you able to see how much you put in. So, like I say, it kind of came out to be a loss, but overall in my taxes, it was a win. So, yeah, man, be mindful of that. And that was really all I had for this episode. Like I said I was going to keep it short. So, only been running for, like 30-something minutes. So, yeah, man. If y'all haven't done it already, man, like the video, comment, subscribe, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Peace.